Over the last 15 years, Marvel Studios has provided us with some of the best stories and characters to ever appear on screen. From the inspiring and goosebumps-generating Avengers to the ever-so-funny and nonchalant Guardians of the Galaxy. And one such Marvel character that has conquered our hearts is the character of Drax, portrayed by Dave Bautista. But by the look of things, we might be close to the end of this era. Why? Stick around to find out. Dave Bautista is a professional wrestler turned actor, whose filmography includes movies like the Guardians of the Galaxy Trilogy, Avengers, Dune, Knives Out, Glass Onion, and even Spectre. But before becoming an actor, he was a professional wrestler in the World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE, and went by the name Bautista. Joining the WWE in 2002, he had a successful career spanning 17 years, during which time he lifted the World Heavyweight Championship 4 times and World Championship twice. His first stint as the World Heavyweight Champion holds the record for the longest stint, where a single wrestler has held on to the title for a period of 282 days. He's also held the World Tag Team Championship thrice, twice with Ric Flair and once with another wrestler turned actor, John Cena. Bautista also ventured into acting in the meantime, with his first credited role being the character of a police officer that he played in the 2009 crime drama film My Son, What Have Ye Done?, directed by Werner Herzog. Since then, he's frequently acted in films like The Man with the Iron Fist, directed by The RZA, and Riddick, directed by David Twohy. But his biggest breakthrough and the most prominent role he has done till date came in 2014, when he was roped in by Marvel Studios to reprise the role of Drax the Destroyer in the series Guardians of the Galaxy. Marvel Studios had started out on a venture 6 years prior with the release of Iron Man. Considering that the Spider-Man trilogy in 2002 was actually made by Sony, this was the first time Marvel Studios were making a film, and it was guaranteed to be authentic to the comic books as well. And it was. Iron Man 2008 was a landmark in terms of superhero movies and led to a chain of superhero movies that followed, including Captain America, Thor, The Incredible Hulk, etc. In fact, Marvel Studios brought in the incredible idea of setting up a cinematic universe, which all the superheroes were a part of. This led to the creation of the Marvel Cinematic Universe as we know it today. Avengers of 2012 marked the first film which featured an assembly of superheroes. It also marked the end of Phase 1 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and as history suggests, it was a massive success. This gave Marvel Studios the confidence they required to expand the MCU and include more iconic characters from the comics into the cinematic universe. The first character they plan to add? The successful group of intergalactic heroes that they had just introduced in comics in 2008, the Guardians of the Galaxy. The Guardians of the Galaxy featured the likes of Star-Lord, Gamora, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, Drax the Destroyer, Phyla-Vell, and Adam Warlock. The comics were an absolute success among comic fans all around the globe. Now, in 2014, Marvel Studios were all set to adapt this into a film that would become a part of the MCU. They hired James Gunn as the director for the film, and the project was set into motion. Unfortunately, when it came to adapting the comic into a film, a creative decision was made to avoid bringing Adam Warlock and Phyla-Vell on screen. But all other characters were adopted, and looking back, the casting choices made were absolutely spot on. For the role of Star-Lord, the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy, Chris Pratt, who had made a name for himself by starring in the sitcom Parks and Recreation, was chosen. Star-Lord was a silly, childish character with the ability to become serious when it was necessary. Chris Pratt ticked all the requirements. For the role of Gamora, the female lead, and eventually Star-Lord's love interest, Zoe Saldana was chosen. Saldana had already established herself as a brilliant actor, acting in James Cameron's Avatar in 2009 and multiple other films. Rocket Raccoon was, as the name suggests, a vigilante raccoon who had found his way into the Guardians group. He was voiced by Bradley Cooper, who, let's be honest, did an amazing job. For the role of Groot, Vin Diesel was roped in as the voice actor. Marvel didn't let the irony go, even with voice acting, roping in a prominent actor for a character whose only lines were, "I am Groot." Finally, Drax the Destroyer. According to the comics, Drax the Destroyer was a part of the highest class of warriors from his planet. In the films, he is shown as a dim-witted warrior who joined the Guardians as he believed it would help him get revenge against Ronan the Accuser, the man who murdered his family. This meant Drax had to be portrayed by a person with a good physical presence, as well as good comedic timing and a sense of humor. Obviously, they turned to Dave Bautista. Bautista portrayed Drax in 7 Marvel films, over a course of 9 years, which included Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, Thor Love and Thunder, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, made for television, and finally Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, that released in 2023. All the films Bautista was part of the MCU did incredibly well in the box office, and his character Drax has gone on to create quite a fan following of his own. But in a recent interview with Jimmy Fallon that came out on the 1st of February 2023, Bautista had publicly stated that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 would be his last film portraying the character of Drax in the MCU. Prior to this, he had also said that it would just be him backing off from the film, but it was later revealed by director James Gunn that the 3rd volume would bring an end to the Guardians as we know them today. Bautista reiterated the same statement. He felt that his character had completed a journey and had a proper beginning, a middle, and an end. In The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, the actor said that ending his stint as Drax in the MCU would be quite similar to the way he ended his wrestling career. He said it would feel complete. On a lighter note, Bautista also quoted his age to be a factor. Marvel films, or superhero movies in general, can be extremely draining for an actor due to the excessive makeup and the action sequences. Bautista said that he was pushing 54, and it was getting difficult for him to keep up with all that the character demands. The 53-year-old actor also said that letting go of the character of Drax would be extremely difficult, and would feel like he was letting go of a part of himself, but he felt it was time. After all, Bautista aims to be known as a good actor for all the good roles he does, and Drax, at the end of the day, is a silly character. I'm so grateful for Drax. I love him, but there's a relief that it's over. It wasn't all pleasant. It was hard playing that role. The makeup process was beating me down, and I just don't know if I want Drax to be my legacy. It's a silly performance, and I want to do more dramatic stuff, he said in an interview. Well, his wish sure does seem to be coming true right now. Since his first appearance as Drax in 2014, Bautista was more noticed not just by the fans, but also by casting directors and other filmmakers in the industry. Since 2014, he has gone on to star in multiple great dramas, with some brilliant directors as well, like Sam Mendes for Spectre in 2015, Denis Villeneuve for Blade Runner 2049 in 2017, Dune in 2021, and Dune 2 in 2023, Zack Snyder for Army of the Dead in 2021, Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery in 2022, which was also nominated for an Academy Award, as well as for Best Adapted Screenplay. Currently, Bautista is playing one of the leads in the latest venture of the acclaimed director M. Night Shyamalan, named Knock at the Cabin. The film is supposed to be an apocalyptic, psychological horror film. Although we will miss Dave Bautista in the friendly and familiar role of Drax. As they say, all good things must come to an end, but it's assured that he will still bless our screens by being part of other films in the coming days. Well, that's it from our side. Tell us what your favorite Drax moment is in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such content. Until next time, bye!